How's it going, everybody? So we're going to do Friday's Bible study and continue with the Olivet Discourse. Settle it, therefore, in your hearts not to meditate before what you shall answer. In other words, don't give any thought about what you're going to answer because the Holy Spirit is going to give it to you. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all of your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents, brethren, kinfolks, and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possesses ye your souls. And when ye shall see Jerusalem encompassed with armies, then know that the desolation, therefore, is nigh. Let them which are in Judea flee into the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and those that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. Whoops. That is not the end times. I think it was in Revelation. When I read all of this, it makes you wonder if the church starts to go into a persecution during World War III. That's a very interesting concept, I can assure you. So, anyway, move on to Revelation. And they had breastplates, and it were breastplates of iron. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and they had power to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which was the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek half the tongue, but in the Greek tongue half the name Apollyon. One woe. We had woe in both Bible studies today. See why I got it confused? I thought I was done. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay a third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses, whereas the heads of lions, out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Now, I do want to go back to where it said, and when ye see Jerusalem compassed with armies. And Jerusalem is also surrounded in the Battle of Armageddon, but that's judgment. And you just don't want to be confused by the word encompass, because it's twice at 2 totally, Jerusalem being encompassed 2 totally different times. So Satan is loosed out of his prison. This is after the 1,000-year reign, and he goes out to deceive the nations, which is really just to round them all up and encompass the camp of the saints. and surround them. And then the fire comes down and devours them. That's judgment. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camps of the saints about the beloved city. Well, that's Jerusalem. Isn't it fascinating how they both said the same thing, but it's about two totally different situations? I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.